You could have the exact same skills, the exact same degree, and the exact same experience as the person sitting next to you in an interview, and still lose the job to them. Not because they are smarter, not because they are more qualified, but because of one thing you have probably never been taught in school: personal branding. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what personal branding actually means, why it directly affects your salary and your opportunities, and a simple step-by-step system to build yours. Even if you are a student, a fresher, or you have never posted a single thing online, let's get into it. Here's the reality of today's job market. It is more competitive than it has ever been. Every job posting gets around thousands, around hundreds, thousands, sometimes lakhs of applications. And here's the uncomfortable truth: qualifications alone are no longer enough to stand out. So, what actually separates the person who gets the interview from 99 people who don't? It is their personal brand. The personal brand is simply how you market yourself to the world. It's the unique combination of your skills, your experience, and your personality packaged in a way that people remember. It's not about being fake or creating some exaggerated personal online persona. It's about taking control of your own narrative instead of letting the other people define who you are professionally. Think about it this way: if you don't define your professional identity, someone else will. A recruiter will form an opinion based on 30 seconds of scrolling your LinkedIn. A client will judge you based on Google search. If you are not intentional about that impression, you are leaving your career to chance. So, let's break down exactly what personal branding is in very simple terms. Personal branding is the conscious, intentional effort to shape how people perceive you professionally. It positions you as an authority in your space, it builds your credibility, and it sets you apart from everyone else who has a similar resume to yours. And I want to be really clear about something here. This is not about creating a fake version of yourself. It is the opposite. It's about authentically showcasing your best professional self, the version of you that is skilled, valuable, and worth paying attention to, because that version already exists. Personal branding just makes sure other people can actually see it. Your brand is built on four things: your skills, what you are actually good at; your values, what you stand for; your experience, what you have done; and your personality, what makes you you. When these four things are communicated clearly and consistently, that's when a personal brand starts working for you. Even while you are sleeping, even in rooms you are not in. Okay, so that we know what it is, and let's talk about why it actually matters for your career. I have broken this down into 5 specific benefits. Let's move on them. There are 5 major ways a strong professional brand directly impacts your career: visibility, credibility, differentiation, career satisfaction, and networking. Let's go through each one because Each of these connects directly something you are probably already trying to get a better job, a raise, or more opportunities. The first benefit is visibility. In a crowded market, a professional, a strong personal brand makes you visible to the people who matters. Employers, clients, collaborators. It is the difference between being one more name in a spreadsheet of applicants and being the person a recruiter actually remembers and reaches back out to. And here's what people miss: visibility. The visibility isn't just about getting a job, it compounds. The more visible you are, the more opportunities find you instead of you having to chase them. That means more job offers landing in your inbox, more speaking invitations, more people wanting to collaborate with you. And I want you to think about the last time you hired someone or recommended someone for a role. Chances are you picked the person who already knew something about, not a complete stranger. That's visibility working in real life. The second benefit is credibility and trust. When you consistently show your expertise or values over time, not just in lucky posts, you build trust. And here's why. That matters so much. When people see you as an authority in your field, they are far more likely to actually ask for your advice, hire your services, or hand you opportunities without you even asking. Trust converts expertise into opportunity. That's a whole equation. Let's say two candidates apply for the same role. Both have similar resumes, but one of them has been sharing useful insights on LinkedIn for around 6 months. Posts that show they actually understand the field. The other has zero online presence. Who do you think the hiring manager already trusts more before the interview even starts? That's the credibility advantage, and it's completely within your control to build. The third benefit is differentiation. Here's a hard truth: in most fields, your skills are not unique. There are thousands of people who can do what you do. What is unique is how you communicate, the value you bring, your story, and your approach, your perspective. A personal brand highlights what makes you different and helps you clearly explain why you are the best choice for a role, not just a choice. Same skills, different story. Better chances, that's differentiation in just one line. This is the piece that turns "I have the same qualifications as everyone else" into "I'm the only person who brings this specific combination of value." And that's massive competitive edge when you are trying to get noticed. The fourth benefit is something people don't talk about: career satisfaction. Research actually links personal branding to greater career satisfaction, and it's largely because of something called perceived employability. In simple terms, when you feel confident you are employable, that confidence changes the type of opportunities you go after and except when you have a clear brand, you naturally attract roles that align with your actual values and strengths instead of just talking whatever's available out of fear. And on top of that, having a strong brand makes you more adaptable and resilient when the job market shifts because you have seen as proactive, not reactive. Fulfilling work starts with charity, and charity about your brand is often the first domino. A strong personal brand actually naturally attracts like-minded professionals. When your brand clearly communicates with your interests and your expertise, the right people in your field are far more likely to reach out and connect. And that leads to mentorships, collaborations, and entirely new career paths you would not found otherwise. This is the part people underestimate the people most. Some of the biggest opportunities in your career won't come from a job application. They will come from someone who already knew your work and thought of you first. Quick recap before we move on: visibility, credibility, differentiation, satisfaction, and final networking. Those are the five reasons personal branding is not optional anymore. Let's talk about what actually makes a brand strong. Because not every online presence works. There are four components that separates a brand that actually builds trust from one that just exists. Okay. The number one, authenticity. Your brain has to genuinely reflect who you are. Your real values, your real expertise. The moment it feels inconsistent or fake, you lose the trust you work to build. That's authenticity. The number two is clarity and focus. This is where most people go wrong. They try to be good at everything, which makes them forgettable. You need to define your needs, what you specifically want to be known for. A focused brand is far more memorable than a broad, generic one. The number three, consistency. Your messaging, your visible identity, your tone, all of it needs to consistent across every platform. Consistency is what turns a one-time impression into a recognizable identity. And here's the number four, the value proposition. This is the simplest way to think about it. What problem do you solve and what unique perspective do you bring? If you can't answer that in one sentence, your brand is not clear yet. Now, here is the part you actually came for and how you build this step by step. Step 1 is defining your brand identity, and it starts with three things. The first, self-reflection. Identify your strengths, your passions, your values, and your career goals. Ask yourself, what do I actually want to be known for? Second, know your audience, your target audience. Are you speaking to employers, clients, industry leaders? Your message changes depending on who you are trying to reach. And third, craft your story. Develop a short compelling narrative, ideally something you can compress into a single personal branding statement. Who you help and how you help them. Step 2 is curating your online presence, and here are the three platforms to prioritize. The first, LinkedIn. It's very famous. This is a non-negotiable for most careers now. Keep your profiles complete, professional, and make sure it actually reflects your brand's message. Share insights, engage with relevant content, connect with people in industry. Okay. And there is a website or a portfolio. Even a simple one gives you a place to showcase your actual work and your thought leadership without relying on someone else's algorithm. And lastly, your social media strategy. Use other platforms strategically, not randomly. Share insights, join conversations, but keep your image consistent and professional everywhere you show up. Step 3 has two parts: creating content and networking strategically. For content, write articles, share your thinking, speak at events if you get the chance, and actively participate in the professional communities. This is what positions as someone who actually understands their field, not just someone who claims to. And here's the networking. For networking, focus on building genuine relationships, not transactional ones. Approach it with a mindset of offering value first, instead of only reaching out when you need something. That one shift changes how people respond to you completely. One last thing that ties everything together: seek feedback and iterate. Regularly ask trusted colleges, mentors, or even a coach for honest feedback on how your brand is coming across. Use that feedback to refine your message so it stays relevant and impactful as you grow. Here's the core idea I want to leave with: personal branding is not a luxury anymore. It's a strategic necessity. It helps you differentiate yourself in a crowded market, attract opportunities that align with who you are, and build a career defined by clarity instead of chance. So here's your actual homework. Don't just watch this and move on. Open your LinkedIn right now and ask yourself, does my profile clearly say what I want to be known for? If the answer is no, that's exactly where to start. And if this video helped you to see personal branding differently, hit the subscribe button. On Grow with 9x, I break down exactly this kind of career and professional skills content every single week so you can build a career that actually reflects your value. I will see you in the next one. Till then, bye.